We need to explain that one event happened before another event. How do we do that without confusing the person listening to us?
To do that, we introduce a new tool. In grammar books, it has a very formal name. It's called the past perfect tense.
Okay, that sounds a bit scary.
It sounds intimidating, but the actual mechanic is surprisingly simple. You just add the word had before the finished action, H-A-D.
Had plus the action. Okay, instead of a rule, let's look at how this works in a real situation. Can you share a story where you needed to use this?
Sure. Let me tell you about a trip I took to the beach a few years ago. I spent all morning packing my car. I drove for 3 hours in heavy traffic, and I finally arrived at my beautiful hotel by the ocean. Now, arrived is our simple past. The driving is finished.
Right. You arrived, the doors closed on the journey.
Exactly. So I walked up to my room and I opened my suitcase to get ready for the water. And in that moment, I realized something terrible.
Or no, what?
I looked in the bag and I saw that I had forgotten my swimsuit at home.
Oh, that is the worst feeling. You were looking right at the ocean, but you had forgotten the one thing you need.
It was very frustrating. I was forced to walk down the street to a small, dusty tour shop, and I had to buy a bright neon green swimsuit. It was incredibly ugly, but I had no choice.
Well, it is a tragic story for fashion, but a great story for language.
Yeah.
Let's examine the timeline you just built. You said two main things. First, you said, I arrived at the hotel. Then you said, I had forgotten my swimsuit.
Yes. Notice the difference there. I use arrived for one action, but I used had forgotten for the other action.
You didn't just say, I forgot. You added had. Why is that extra word necessary there?
Because, well, the forgetting did not happen at the hotel. The forgetting happened in my bedroom 3 hours earlier, before I even started driving. I needed a way to tell the listener that this action belongs deeper in the past.
This reminds me of a technique used in movies. Imagine you were watching a film. The main character walks into a room. Suddenly, the screen gets a little blurry, and the director shows you a scene from 2 days ago.
Oh, I love that comparison.
Using the word had is exactly like that. It is the director's tool to show a flashback. It tells the listener's brain, wait, we are jumping further back in time.
That is a brilliant way to picture it. Had is the flashback word. When you say it, you are pointing the camera backwards to the earliest event in the story. Let me give you another example of this flashback tool. This one is about baking.
Oh, I'm always ready to talk about baked goods. What happened?
Well, it was my sister's birthday, and I wanted to give her a homemade cake. It was a very sweet idea, but the execution was terrible. That afternoon, my boss asked me to finish a huge project, so I worked late. When I finally left the office, I was stressed and I was rushing. I ran from the train station to my house. I finally got home. Now, got is the simple past.
Right, you got home, the camera's on you opening your front door.